That should be good.
Whatever you do for less at Harbor Freight.
All right, guys. Let me turn this. Down real quick. I hope that thing don't plan to do that the whole time. Beep, 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 beep. It's going to. How dare you? Well, sorry about that little nice sound effect. I had to end up going live on my other phone, which was completely dead, and I had to try to charge it up as long as I could. So that put a major delay. And then when I turned the other phone on, oh no no no! When I turned the other phone on, it it needed to do an update. Hey guys, hold on for 1 second, guys. Sorry guys, give me just 1 second on YouTube. I have to switch this over. Delete. Sorry, YouTube family. Y'all been patiently waiting. Just had a problem. Sorry guys, bear with me for 1 second. Oh, why does this keep happening? This thing keeps twisting. What the heck? Sorry guys, I'm literally having like a massive amount of problems out of this trying to get this thing to stream correctly. I guess if I want to be optimistic, that's probably an advantage for using the stream camera. Almost there, guys. No, 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 no. Doodah. All right, let's try this one more time. We are going back live on Facebook, so we should be up and good. There we go. All right. Man, is it me or does it look like you two? Look like you're all kind of like in an angle now. I apologize, guys. I'm trying to do this. I think I've said something to y'all before about it, but it won't like show me the recording angle good enough until I start the live stream. So, all right, let's just need one more second, guys. We'll get started. It's already 11:15. That's awesome, and I'm saying that sarcastically. All right, so I put world's tallest. Obviously, I think that's a little dramatic because we've seen pretty tall towers in this thing, but it's still pretty impressive. I gotta say. I mean, I truly gotta say that this thing is pretty stinking impressive. So here's how this works. I have two separate options to win. I can either take the cash that falls before the tower, and whatever I get, or I can forget the cash and try to knock over the tower, all of which when the tower falls down, or this on top, we got 5 minutes to get that off. But I have to decide first. So this was kind of like a back and forth decision. I think I am going to go ahead and go with taking whatever cash comes off. I'm very real, trying to be realistic. At least that's going to come off soon. I realize that. What concerns me is then from that point on getting only 5 minutes to get that off, because more than likely that's going to pop off onto a side, or it's just going to go backwards somewhere. So I'm taking the cash. 400, new year, new live stream. I think y'all have waited long enough, so let's just go ahead and get this started. I'll get caught up on the conversations here in a second, everybody. Sorry, trying to zoom in a little bit on. And Facebook keeps cutting off. Thank you, Facebook. I really appreciate that. Not. No, why does that keep happening? Shoot. Hey guys, on Facebook's, I'm having I am having some bad luck here. Facebook, give me one more second, guys. I am so sorry. This is not good at all. YouTube, guys, I am so sorry. This phone is not cooperating at all. I gotta sit this down. Let's see, what can I talk about with you all while I am waiting? So I got some good news, guys. I don't want to jinx myself, but then again, I mean, jinx, and sometimes there's a lot of times I feel like that stuff actually happens. Just little odd things that happen in my life makes me feel that way. But with that being said, obviously I don't think that's why does this keep happening with this thing. I'm glad it's happening now, though. Maybe it's the angle I'm in. I don't know. Guys, I am trying my best to get this Facebook camera up and going. It's on my other phone, unfortunately. My old one that I used to have. I never turned it in. And it did an update. All right, let me type this out one more time. All right, I'm just staying with that. And here we go. All right, so this is the last time I'm messing with it. If it falls, it falls. I'm just kind of going with it. Unfortunately. All right, $400, guys. 400. I am playing for whatever cash comes off. I keep until the tower comes down. Now, the only thing I have a separate rule from that is when this section comes down, not the top. However, if I would have done it the other way, whenever the top comes down, it starts 5 minutes, because obviously that's what you're trying to get. So we get and play until that section comes down. So that's the rules of it. Oh, I got to pull Facebook up one more time on the computer, then we'll get started. This is not how I want to start this off. All right, we're back. Here we go, guys. $400 I think we're good to go now. So much for starting our live streams. Uh, I'll get into the story here in a second. Here we go. But I do want to kind of tell you a little bit about what's been happening. Oh, we're also don't have a really decent amount of quarters to start with either. Man, it's this tower's already wobbly. Oh, this good, bad, indifferent. I don't know what to say. Mm. See, you can see the tower bouncing. I gotta put a flick. I gotta flick the quarters over to get to the sides like that. And you gotta be really careful because, as you can see, that alone can knock the towers down. And we're almost out of quarters already. This is the last handful. I hope everybody's New Year's starting off good. Mine didn't at all. And then I kept my head up, stayed in the game, and things appeared like they may have changed dramatically for the good. Kidding me. Oh, I dropped more quarters. I just didn't know where they were at. Wow, that wasn't too exciting. Last quarter, guys. All right, I'm gonna go down here and collect. Again, I'm gonna be very gentle on this because I definitely thank you so much for the 20 stars. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Carrie. Hey, Mike. Sarah, thank you so much for the 20 stars. And you want to, I'm going to fill you all in. YouTube, man, I need my glasses to read that one from there. Well, I was hoping some money came down that I didn't see, but it was just quarters, no cash. So as of right now, we are still $400 in the hole. All right, so I'm going to be very cautious of how I say this because I still don't want to implement any company or anything. Although I probably shouldn't care, I do care because that's just my personality. But I'm gonna go through this story real quick, and I'm gonna promise you, I got some good advice from a family member saying that my videos have turned kind of depressing because I'm always complaining, and people don't come to watch this to hear complaining. This is supposed to be relaxing, and you know I didn't mean to. Like we were talking when they were telling me that it's almost like therapy just for me to talk about stuff that's going on. But um, hold on, come on, baby. There's our first $100 bill down. So I think what I want to do is just take the time to give a brief explanation. As you all know, I started this channel when we owned the arcade at the mall. I had met Arcade Matt by happenstance, and obviously everybody goes on YouTube, but I never. YouTube was either I listened to music or I looked up a how-to video. That was pretty much it. But I didn't know anything about creators making money and brand deals, and you get to a certain size and they pay you for per ad that they run on your video. I didn't know anything like that, and so I met Arcade Matt. Back then it was Matt3756. Really liked him, kind of without a bugging, trying not to bug him. I picked his brain as much as I could about what all's involved, what all it took. Well, Matt's channel is based about him traveling around to different arcades and different Walmart store entryways or whatever, and play claw machines and arcade games. And I said, man, at that time Matt had like 200,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I was thinking, man, if somebody likes watching him going to arcades, they're gonna love it. Here I got young guys that work here. Glenda was never big on wanting to be on channel, but Bray, he was young. And I said, I own an arcade. I can show what it's like from this side. But I didn't spend a lot of time researching anything. I should have probably a little bit more. And I tried a bunch of different things. Well, not a bunch. I tried like little skits and things like that. And, whatever. They were fun. I love that I have them now, looking back, because Bray was always the main character. But when he was so little. But all the while, EMS, EMT... At that time, EMT was always my full-time career. So I always had all these little side projects, arcades, and I did wedding videography for many years. And I did, I've done just a little bit of everything. It's crazy some of the things I've done as a side job. I love filming. I had experience filming because of owning the wedding videography company. So I'm gonna fast forward a bunch of years. You don't need to hear the rest of that story. But I finally got big enough that I became a YouTube partner, and ads were running, and I was getting little checks, nothing crazy, but a little bit. So a lot of times I pay for my cell phone bill, and that's what I used to joke about. I was like, you know what? I get a check big enough to pay my cell phone bill. I'm happy and enjoy doing it. So went back to school 2 years, graduated from my paramedic, going back to get the raise and everything, and I battled back problem after back problem after back problem. And I'm at this point, I'm in my mid-30s, and just one problem after another. Oh, hold on. All right, so I'm gonna leave it a mystery instead of counting every bill. So Jeff introduced me to the high-risk coin pusher, and I'm giving air quotes as I say that. This style of coin pusher, I knew it was going to be popular. I thought, I was like, if Flying J's, there was no other channel out there had anything remotely close to it. And since Flying J's was such a popular video, I knew this was going to be popular, and it blew up. And then a little bit of money that paid for my cell phone bill came up to a decent amount of money. Like, I was thinking, wow, all these years I've been on here and never really taken it serious, and now this is a nice second income. So I started focusing more time on it. Well, I would go in for another procedure, a non-abrasive procedure on my back, and try to get it fixed. And I had the best back surgeon in the area and doctor office working on me. And finally, that last time, they did that epidural, and just to keep the pain level down. And he said that he pretty much didn't have a choice. That was all that his office can do. He apologizes that they couldn't get me fixed, but the county had done an approach to him, and they wanted a full medical release. And he told me he didn't feel comfortable signing a full medical release on it. So I freaked out. I told him, I was like, look, man, I just got to hang in there. I'll be 40 coming up, and I just need to hang in there till I turn 50, because I can retire at 50 and then start collecting at 55. I was like, just let me, almost 30 years of this job. This is my only job. This is what I've spent. Emergency medicine's what I spent all my life just about going to school for and time on, and I understand the job, and I've been at the same job forever. So he gave me a very generic release. I go back to work. They put me in an office at first, which I'll be honest with you, I honestly didn't mind. I did paperwork, Monday through Friday job, holidays off. That was nice right there. But the county just paid for me to go get my paramedic, go through the paramedic school again. Because everything, that's okay, I'm getting off point. Anyways, a lot of money. They want to start recouping their money. They already had a partner picked out for me and everything. So, unfortunately, that's when the big C word that I will not mention just started to become a problem. And it was over in Italy, and and everything that was happening over where its origins were. And literally, people they were panicked. They were worried. They didn't know. And man, somebody would start getting the sniffles, and they were wanting to go to the emergency room, which technically that's the worst thing to do. But I mean, again, no one knew at that point. So we were busy. Oh, this might not be good. So I'll save all that blah, blah, blah to my first couple shifts working with my new partner. We got an early morning call. We're supposed to be there at 6:50. And our shift starts at 7 a.m. But you're supposed to get there 15, 20 minutes earlier to relieve the crew before, in case they get a call. And that's what happened. And it was nonstop. And then finally around 9 or 10 o'clock, it started slowing down a little bit. And I was tired. And I went back on my bunk bed to go down for a nap. And just like it had happened, I swear it gives me anxiety to this day. As soon as I started getting into a little bit of a sleep, the buzzer went off. We got another call, and I went to get up out of the bunk, and I couldn't. My back went out, and I was stuck right there in the bunk. And my partner's out there has done marked us up. It wasn't nothing serious, as I remember it. It was an ALS call, but it wasn't nothing serious. And she didn't come checking on me. I think she thinks I was using the restroom, and that happens sometimes. People always say, with NASCAR racers and stuff, or astronauts, what do you do if you got to go to the bathroom? I'm thinking, man, I got a lot of jobs that I think about, what do you do if you got to go to the bathroom? And EMS was one of them when I first started. Like, what do you do if you're at a patient's house working a cardiac arrest and it just hits you and you got to go? I mean, what do you do? Um, so I say all that because it doesn't happen often, but it does happen. People will be in the bathroom and a call will come out, and it takes them a little bit longer to come out, and you got to call because you're supposed to mark up within 30 seconds. Um, you got to call and advise the county or whoever it is you're running with that you're delayed, temporary delayed. So that's what she thought I was doing. Well, all the while, I was actually stuck in the bunk bed, nowhere near my phone, couldn't get out. Then finally, it seemed like an eternity later, she came in and found me, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, you all right?" She turned the light on, and I'm freaking out. And so she goes ahead and calls a different crew in, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, I had to make the call myself. The county didn't want to do it, make that decision. You know, I was one of the old heads, been there forever. And, you know, I let reality set in. I never left the ambulance authority. To this day, technically, I'm still an employee there. Because that was my only thing. I'll go off shift. That's the only quarters we have. But I'm not leaving. I've worked too many years. This was my dream job when I was 17 years old. You know, and I started working there before I was by 21, 22 years old. I loved it. But they asked me what I was going to do, and I said, you know, the social media page is doing really good. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to see if I can get it to grow bigger and, you know, see what money I can make while I can make it. And that's what I've done. Well, about that time, I had a Facebook, and I posted periodically, but I didn't get paid for Facebook or nothing, so I didn't put a lot of time and effort into it. Well, I had a company link up with me, which honestly I liked them. They were a very good company. It was the same one that Matt had, and they're basically channel managers. And they said that they would come into my Facebook and get me monetized and work on it. And they did their thing, and man, Facebook started doing better than what YouTube was doing. I mean, it was doing great. So I started trying to even everything out. You know, what I did on Facebook or YouTube, I wanted to do on Facebook. Unfortunately, that company went out of business. Just like literally overnight, it seemed like. And I was kind of upset because they were doing a very good job bringing in brand deals. And if I had a problem, it's really hard to get a hold of Facebook to get a problem fixed. And they had their own personal contacts. They could get anything fixed within 24 hours on your channel. So fast forward, I should have left it alone, but I didn't. And I was contacted, I don't know how much later, a couple years or a year, by a company that just opened up. They were the fastest growing social media company in the world. And they loved my content. They loved how it was original. They showed it around they have beta testers that test your content on different places, and they contacted me first and asked if they could do a beta test, and then they would come back with some numbers to run by me. After they did the beta test, then they came back and said, you know, we think we could be a huge asset to you, and you know, we're going to do this and we're going to do that, and we're going to guarantee you this amount of money each month, and we're going to give you a sign-on bonus. And I asked my wife, I asked my dad, heck, I asked Miss Beckman what their thought was, and everybody pretty much came back and they were like, look, we know nothing about social media, so you're going to have to kind of trust your gut on this one. And you know what? My gut My gut lied to me majorly. I signed the deal with them. Well, I sold my soul to the devil. And I'm just going to say this much. So, when I first started with them, it was right before Christmas, and I didn't receive a paycheck for like 3 months. And obviously, I depended, you get paid once a month from social media. YouTube, Google, and Meta, they pay once a month. So I was never a person that was good at stretching money out. I'm sorry, I was trying to see if this thing's gonna fall. Well, right before Christmas, I didn't get paid for 3 months. And as you can imagine, take anybody, you all that work a job, and say you don't get a check for 3 months, what that does to you financially. When I finally got paid, that pay advance, or that sign-on bonus that I got was not a bonus at all. It was a pay advance. My my channel manager that brought me in told me wrong. And instead of them honoring, well, you thought this was one thing. So the money they gave me for a sign-on bonus, they had to get their money back out, and then they would start paying me from that point on. So a couple more months. No more pay. I had done burned every bit of savings. I had done burned any bit of spare anything I had. The only income I had coming in was YouTube. And YouTube was not doing the best, to be honest with you, because I had to do, in order for me to supposedly get this minimum guarantee, I had to upload 3 live streams and 3 main videos each week. And obviously, it didn't take long, you all seeing, to burn me out. It just wasn't feasible. Well, like it was almost set up, a company that was owned by that company under a different name came to me and said, Josh, we want to invest in your channel. And I was, okay, so we'd like to set up a Zoom call with you, and we want to go over this amazing opportunity. Well, I get on there. Once I figure out what it is, I knew exactly what it is. Basically, they have something that's, it's quite literally all it is just, it's like a payday advance almost for social media creators. Like you come in and, all right, so that didn't take the one down, so we're still in it for now. So we're good. I'm going to keep on playing. But the top did come down. But essentially, you ask for a certain amount of money, and then they will give it to you, which I didn't know this. They take taxes out of it, so that number got cut down dramatically. And then I still had to pay taxes on that at the end of the year. Love it. But I had to sell off my channel for 3 years, 2 years, 3 years. Well, I was so broke at that point, I didn't have a choice. I knew it was a bad idea. I felt everything in my heart told me it was a bad idea. But I didn't have a choice. There was no options. So I signed it. I didn't ask for a whole lot of money, but it was, like I said, it was enough. And they got me on that too, because I would have ultimately, they're definitely making their money back and then some. So now I got them, they got me both ways. They got my Facebook pay, and they have my only other pay, my YouTube pay. I still wasn't getting paid on Facebook. I burned through the money that I got loaned for to get caught up on my bills, so I didn't lose everything. And now what? I have nothing coming in. They got me cornered in the back door, and that's about the time that I'm sure you all seen that I was all over the place and coming. I mean, I didn't know what to do. You know, my back is so bad, I can't just pick up. I worked EMS. I was a paramedic. I can't go anywhere else and work as a paramedic. If I can't work here, I can't work anywhere else. So what you know? But the bad part was the channel was doing so good. It was doing great. So I'm going to fast forward to when I actually got my first check from Facebook. Well, I got a minimum guarantee. You upload these 6 videos each week, and we'll pay you such and such amount of money. Well, that's not how it worked. My first paycheck was half. And ironically, about that time, the guy that was my channel, the boss that kind of knew that he messed me over and everything like that, he ended up getting fired. And I got someone brand new. So trying to explain everything that's going on and explain the problems I just have with payroll. Well, they fixed it a month later, and I have literally battled that ever since then. Ever since I actually started getting pay, I've battled getting my full pay each month. I think they've only done it like once, and the rest of it was a quarter. And when I did that minimum guarantee, I did that thinking from what they told me, oh, don't worry, you're going to make way over that. That's just a guarantee that we can't go under that. So that's the only reason why I agreed to it. I could barely afford everything just with the guarantee amount, and then they were paying me half of it. And the channel was doing amazing. And every time that they were telling me, you know, I was trying to say, well, you know, we're supposed to be splitting this money 50-50 or whatever it is, and what you're paying me is not even close to 50%. And they're like, oh, well, we had to invest money on this, and we had to invest money over here on doing that. And the channel was growing, but I was thinking I could have done all this myself. So I had an option. I could have just said, you know what? I'm not going to be a victim. I am not going to record another video on Facebook and YouTube. And honestly, I think someone else would have probably done that. And then they would have started a new channel, told the whole truth, even though I did sign a gag order. Didn't even know that I signed a gag order, but I did. That was kindly, a lawyer reminded me of that. Because there is strength on social media, but it's only a couple quarters, guys. I'm trying to. So I'm going to just summarize it all up with this. I end up having to borrow money, pay a New York City lawyer that I couldn't afford, to battle this contract to try to get me out of it, because I had a year left with them. And by the end of the year, end of November, he got it. I mean, I'm talking about a pretty decent amount of money it cost me to do this, but they got me. November 29th was my last day with him. You think it'd be a day to celebrate, but unfortunately, what they did is when they came in and took over my channel, they booted me out of certain things, even though it was my channel. I'm out of quarters, guys, so I'm just trying to give it a second while I explain the rest of this. They booted me out from making any financial decisions. So I couldn't go in there and change the bank account to come back to me or anything like that. And no, they just played dumb with me. By that time, I should say this is recently, that creator either quit or got fired, and they gave me a new person that didn't know anything about, supposedly. I'm pretty sure that it did, because I bugged them weekly. I mean, it didn't stop me from firing off emails to the whole corporation. They held my pay hostage, basically. And then I had to repay the lawyer again to come in there and say, okay, part of the agreement is you need to give him his payback. And they're like, oh, it takes months. It takes months for that to happen. That's the reason why. And it doesn't. I've done it before. When our other company went out of business, they had to do all that, and it took them 5 days. But woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. I'll finish the rest of that. After a Zoom call with them and some of my people, um, the channel, Facebook, is fully back in my name. So every time somebody was paying me stars on Facebook, I didn't get the money. The Joshua Bartley fan page that I had, I didn't get paid for that. I didn't get paid anything. Uh, it was going in their pocket. A multi-million dollars company that didn't need extra money. So now all that's changed. Um, I get it. I get that. So I haven't got my check yet. So I just got another month of struggle, and that's it. And that's the best Christmas gift that I could ever have. I've had so many plans that I've wanted to do for this channel, but literally, like I said, everyone told me, Josh, just stop doing it, stop uploading it, but I didn't have the heart to do it. It took me forever to get YouTube where it's at, and Facebook, it was grinding on both to get me where I'm at, and I didn't want to come in there and say, you know what, thanks, but I'll show you. You can have my channel. I'm leaving. It didn't make sense to me. So I fought it through, and I did it the hard way. I'm kind of that person that's got to run their head into a wall several times before they get a point. Um, but so this is how it works. YouTube, um, monetization wise, I get anytime someone gives me a tip or whatever. I didn't know I did at first, but they apparently they can attach their self into that. So anything YouTube wise, it's like whatever that thing is called. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've had it. Where you donate money on YouTube, that still comes to me at the end of the month. I just don't receive money for the videos. But now Facebook officially, I get everything back again. So it's going to take me, obviously, as you can imagine, it's going to take me a little bit to get myself out of the mess I got myself in. But I was waiting until I knew for sure before I started coming to the channel and working hard and grinding on it and try to make it bigger and better. But hence, that's the reason why everything kind of came to a stall. That's why I was all over the place. I got to pay to come here. Even if they do it when I pay later. Then the thing I do have to do each night is whoever comes up here, I give them a tip. I pay them for being here. I didn't have money coming in. I didn't know how to do it. So we started going to Flying J's. Well, Flying J's started costing me $60, $80 in a stinking truck stop coin pusher. I was like, I don't know what to do. I am clueless as to how to handle this. So that's all behind me. I'm going to stop talking about it out of sight, out of mind. And I'm just going to work on rebuilding this channel now, the YouTube and Facebook. I want to work hard for you all, get accurate, get back in the routine that I had before. I'm not going to do the 6 video thing. That was just crazy. I burnt myself out, especially when I wasn't getting paid. And then that was the other thing. My dad was like, well, at least I wouldn't worry about the 6 video. But I kept thinking, yeah, but when I'm going to need to get a lawyer, and when I do, I can show that I've always fulfilled my end of the bargain. And I did. I can honestly say each month, even in the worst times, it might not have been the best content, but I always fulfilled my end of the bargain. I was a man of my word. They just weren't a person of theirs. But it was a huge life lesson at early 40. Sometimes when something's going good, you don't need to get greedy. You don't need to try to get more and more and more. And not that was what I was trying to do with that company. It's just this company was supposed to go in and take my Facebook to another level. And they did it for themselves, not for me. But that's all in the past. But guys, I want to thank each and every one of you all that have stuck with me through this horrible time. There's only 2 people on this channel, 3 people on this channel that knew exactly what was going on. because I signed a contract, I wanted to honor it, and I'm still going to honor it. But I'm not going to say the name of the company, but I should. I shouldn't care, but you know what? At the end of the day, when I go meet my maker, I want to. It's not going to worry about such and such company. Did they do what's right? It's going to be Josh. Did you do what's right? And I want. I do a lot of things wrong, guys, every day. I'm definitely a sinner, but that's one of the things I want to hold my head up. And and sometimes even when it's hardest to be the bigger person, that's what I wanted to be. So I complained. Um, I was awake for days at a time, and that's no exaggeration because of trying to get these videos out. They never provided me an editor or anything like that, so I had to do all the editing and everything by myself and then send it to them. I mean, it was just ridiculous. So it's gone, it's done. I'm getting the rest of everything shipped out that I need to, and we're going to do this again. But part B of everything also is I'm starting a second YouTube and a second Facebook page to coincide like this one does. Joshua Bartley on YouTube, Joshua Bartley on Facebook. I don't know what it's going to be called, but I'm going to start such and such. It's going to be the same principle, but a little bit different. Obviously, I'm going to put a little feng shui on it or something, because I got to have a backup. This really taught me with not having a backup source. It really got me put into a corner. And it's not about me. It's about my beautiful wife. And it's about my amazing son. It's about the bill that need to get paid every month. It's crazy. They don't go away. They don't care what your home stories is or what's going on. But thank you. I said I was going to wait until I could tell you the story. I told you all the story. Thank you for dealing with me. Thank you for understanding. But every effort you all can help me to get the videos out there. The algorithm plummeted because I just stopped caring about quality of content. I didn't care. I was like, I will fulfill my end, and it had nothing to do with you all. It's just like I am literally putting all this extra time, hours in editing each night to give them more money, and I see zero of that. So, anyways, thank you guys. I appreciate it. All right, that's it, guys. Nothing else fell, unfortunately. Thank you for being here for another late night. Thank you for just listening to me complain for the last time on this subject. Uh, I truly appreciate each and every one of you all. Um, it's not like because all that's done that my situation is going to get itself fixed overnight. I still have the issue of having to pay them when I come up here and stuff. But I really want to try to get in a routine that we have everything down to a routine. All right, guys, $400. We made $100 profit. I'll take that. Guys, oh man, I'm missing all kinds of stuff here. Man, 720. Goodness gracious, Gabe, thank you so much. Let's see. Somebody else, 500. Where did I go? I just seen it. Patrice, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Where'd it go? I know someone said 500 stars. Oh. Wait, was it Patrice? I can't. It keeps coming off. What happened to it? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find it on this phone. I think it was. Yeah, Patrice, you are amazing. Thank you so much. And Gabe, guys, listen. I am truly blessed. I never wanted to let you all down. My intentions were never that. It was never to let you all down, and that's the whole reason why I didn't want to get rid of the page. Because I have a feeling anybody else in a rational mind would have went ahead and started. And honestly, I could have done that too. I could have went ahead and started the second page. But one, having a 6 video guarantee that I had to put out 3 live streams, 3 regular videos, and trying to economically afford to do that, that's why I was stretching some videos out to like part 1, part 2, part 3, just because I didn't have a choice. I didn't have enough money financially to come in here and start a second channel. I couldn't do it. And at that time, they technically were taking all the content, owned it or whatever. It was only supposed to be half, but obviously that's not how it worked. So I just I didn't have the money, the time, or the patience at that point to sit down. But now that that craziness is done, that's something I'm going to work on. I'd love any ideas that you all might have. Any thoughts, ideas on names? What can I do? One of the things I thought about doing is starting to on the videos show more of a behind the scenes. So like do a time lapse of whoever's building the towers, them building the set, and then come into like me playing it, but do that more of a quicker instead of this the way this one is. Just it's the same concept but just different. And no, I won't be doing $2 million win videos, guys. I just can't do it. Can't lie like that. All right, listen, guys. Thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart. Have a great night. So today is whatever day that it is, Sunday. Yes, tomorrow's Monday. Um, Technically, I'm supposed to be live tomorrow night, but I think instead of going live tomorrow, my computer, I haven't been able to truly get it fixed, obviously, because I haven't had the extra money to completely get what it needs. I tried to do it cheap and it didn't work. So, but I think I have an option, a way around that. So I'm gonna try to get these videos that I already have ready out. I might just do that tomorrow, and then we'll go live Tuesday evening to give some time in between. So yeah, let's just do that for now. That way we know. So Tuesday, I don't want to give you all a time because I'm used to this schedule, this crazy schedule, and I got to get myself back on to the original schedule. And it's easier said than done. I'm starting to learn that. So, oh, thank you, Roberta. Thank every one of you all, Misty. Usually hollered at Wendy asking if you made it home when it didn't answer me. Uh, did you send me a message, Misty? I said I didn't have anything on here. I keep having people tell me. I have a gentleman that says he was calling me once a day and texting me, and I have nothing on my phone. I'm gonna have to take it back to AT&T. I had those Virgin Mobile and Boost, and really didn't have any problems at all. And I go with one of the big major carriers, and I got all kind of weird stuff that happens. I don't like it. I want my old Virgin Mobile $35 everything deal, the prime package. I got I think it was 35, and it was unlimited minutes, unlimited internet. Bummer. Not like that anymore. But sorry if I missed your message, Misty. So John, every Thursday, John does a video premiere. I already said that. I've done missed every start to every one of them. So what John and I were talking, what I was telling John, what I think I would like to start doing is going live. I think it's like around 9 o'clock is when he premieres them, Eastern Standard Time. So I think what I'm gonna start doing is going live a couple hours before John's stream is, and then try to time it that we're ending right before um, Consumer Cellular. All right, I definitely will. Oh, thank you for the extra 20 stars. Thank you. And then we can, if there's y'all interested, which I hope I can get, a lot of y'all to come over, we'll go over and watch John's live together. So I thought that would be cool. So that's going to be a thing on Thursday. So I know I definitely got to do a live stream on Tuesdays, or Thursdays. I'm sorry. So maybe I'll do Tuesday, Thursday, and then maybe we'll do a day over the weekend. But I'm thinking 2 regular videos and 2 live streams. Just cut everything back to 1, like it used to be, and stick with that for a little bit. Let me get caught up, and I'll be working on everything else. But hopefully we can just stick with that. All right, I keep on rambling. This happens. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all your understanding for the past year and a half that I've been dealing with that. Thank you for your support, kind words. so many of you all could have had me just like shipping stuff out, how delayed everything was, and there was always a reason, whether it was financially I couldn't afford to pay for the shipping thing, or I just totally, I mean, just always something. And every one of you all have been too patient with me, and I appreciate it. It trust me from the bottom of my heart. I never wanted to make something sound like I was just a complainer and a beggar or on here begging for money. I'm not that person, and that's why I've never, even auctions, that was an option for me. I'm like, okay, support the channel. I can do these auctions and do these regular and keep money coming in, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it for just me. I was like, there's so many people out there that have health issues and so many other things. If I needed to get a job, I could get a job. That this is my decision to just stick with what I'm doing here because I love the time I get to spend with my family and stuff. But um, every time I would do one of those, I said there's people on the channel that need it more than I do, so I'd rather split it with everyone else, help somebody else's fund. I don't know. There's a bunch of things I could have done. Glenda's come out with an idea of something. She already actually has the majority of the stuff, and we're going to start selling. She's going to start selling stuff on the side. I don't know whether it's through Etsy, but it's going to be channel related for some of it. So that's something that we're going to start, so she can do that from home. But offered to pay your shipping, you ignored it. Did you? When tonight? Today? Misty, can you send me a message? And if I don't hear from you, I'll text you back. I'm sorry. All right, guys. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful evening. I'll see you all Tuesday for the next live. Don't worry, this will be my last complaining day. I appreciate you. I appreciate everything. Thanks for your understanding, and I will see you all Tuesday. Have a good night, guys. Let me go in here and change. Hey, Misty, I just got a text from you. Going to shoot your phone. I got that one. Just because AT&T heard me. They know. They know I'm on to their little schemey efforts. I'm sorry, Misty. I'll send you a text. I just got to help them clean up, and then I'll get back with you. All right, you all. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for everything that you all do. I'm beyond blessed. YouTube, I might not be getting paid money from the videos. I do get other things, but not the videos, but it doesn't matter. YouTube is always my home. I got another year and a half I got to go until I can get paid again. But I love YouTube too much. It's what started everything. So, all right, guys, have a good night. Well, I can't figure out how to turn this off. There we go.